everybody, this is Stephen and Frederick, and this is How I Cook. This week's episode, seared scallops and asparagus. Very, very simple prep this week. Have some asparagus, have a loaf pan. I'm going to spray the loaf pan, put the asparagus in, cover it, and we're going to put it in the oven. We're putting it in the oven for 1/2 hour. The asparagus was already washed. It's very important to wash your asparagus. It grows up one stalk at a time, and sometimes dirt and grit and sand get in there, so you need to wash it. And then I just cut off the bottom where the white is. I know some people say, oh, you should let the asparagus tell you where it should break and do it this way. Nah, who has time for that? We're going to be searing the scallops in the cast iron pan. I'm going to put that in the oven while the asparagus cooks. 350. It was already preheated. Let me talk to you about the scallops. In a previous episode we had scallops, and I explained that there are wet scallops and dry scallops. These are wet scallops, and they're the ones that have been injected with some liquid. Dry scallops are not injected. I thawed these yesterday in a colander, and I let the water, the liquid, seep out. Today I took them and I put them on this plate and I patted them dry. We're not going to do anything with this right now, but I just wanted to tell you about the scallops. We'll put this aside while the asparagus is cooking. Okay, so this week's cocktail is the Moscow Mule. Why did I pick that? Well, I thought we need vodka with the scallops. A dry white wine would be good, but I've been criticized the one time I didn't make a cocktail, so I'm making a cocktail. Vodka. A Moscow Mule. This is a mule glass. I got this one at Macy's. I got a whole set of them at Macy's. They were $20 each, but I got them on sale for less than $5. So go on the internet, look for them. You can get them cheaply. They really do keep a drink much colder, and it's just cool that you have the right glass for the right drink. So that, a big ice cube. I've told you before how much I love the big ice cubes. I think we'll put 2. Vodka. I normally wouldn't measure, but for you guys I do. 2 shots of vodka. This is ginger beer, not ginger ale, ginger beer. There's alcoholic and non-alcoholic. Which do you guys think I'm going to be using? You're right, alcoholic. So we have the 2 shots of vodka in the mule glass with 2 big ice cubes. We're going to fill it up with ginger beer. It's around the 3-to-1 ratio. And then we'd need some lime. If you roll a lime, add a little pressure, it'll help release the juice. This is a really firm lime. You can really smell the lime. So I'm squeezing some lime juice in. This is a really dry lime. I just bought it the other day for this. Okay, got some lime juice in there. Mix it up. Vodka, ginger beer, lime. We want something crisp and clean for the scallops. Oh, that's good. Crisp and clean. Okay, we have between 20 and 25 minutes until the skillet and the asparagus comes out of the oven. So I'll see you in about 20 or 25 minutes. Okay, so it's been about a half an hour, which you may think is awful long for the asparagus, but it was pretty thick, so it required a little extra time. You will gauge the time depending on how thick your asparagus is. I also got the skillet out. We need the skillet to be piping hot because we're searing the scallops. We don't want to steam them. If the heat isn't high enough, it's more like steaming them. The asparagus looks great. It's green, it's not overcooked. We're going to cook it a little more in the skillet. That's why there was no seasoning on it. Okay. Very little seasoning on the scallops. Little salt. Little pepper. We're going to make a sauce, so we don't need anything else on the scallops themselves. I'm putting a little olive oil. Just a very little. I know I've said a little before, and I've had comments that I say a little and then put a lot. This is really a little, because we want to sear the scallops. We don't want to fry them. So that's enough just to cover the bottom of the frying pan. The scallops are going to cook very quickly. So let me go get another plate, 2 seconds. We're going to put the scallops in. I'll put a little butter as well. A little more butter than olive oil. The olive oil is for the smoke point. It doesn't burn at a low heat, and the butter's for the flavor. Okay, so we have a hot skillet. We have the burner on medium high, and let me put it on high. I'm hearing that season side down. The scallops are in. I'm just going to wait a very short time. They cook very quickly, and you really don't want to overcook them. Scallops can go from being delightful, buttery, to dry erasers. Let me check the first one. Going to turn that over. A little sear on them. And then when I get done turning them, I'm just going to let them sit a few more seconds and then take them off the heat. When they come off the heat, they're going to continue to cook. So yes, they will be sufficiently cooked, but they won't be dry erasers. Just move that around, let it sit for a few more seconds, and start taking them off. How easy is that? Oh, I'm sorry, Ina Garten. I did not mean to steal your tagline. So like I said, these will continue to cook. You can see the steam coming off them. I'm going to turn this down to medium. I have a lemon and a half. So I'm going to use a lemon and a half. I had a half a lemon left over from something, but a half wasn't enough, so I bought another one. But I'm going to use it all, or I'll always have a half a lemon sitting around. So I just squeeze it in. I don't care about the pits. Can eat around them. We're all adults. And then around a half a stick of butter. This is going to be a lemon butter sauce. One original name. I'm not really adding any salt or pepper. The butter is salted butter, so there's salt in that. The scallops had salt and pepper on them. So the butter's not fully melted, but that's okay. We're now going to take the asparagus and put it into the lemon butter sauce. While that's sitting, I just want to take a sip of my Moscow Mule. Still very cold because of the mug. And I want to give a shout out to Jessica from Lansdale, one of our newest subscribers. Welcome, Jessica. All of you. Tell your family, tell your friends to subscribe and let them know all the fun we're having at How I Cook. Remember, it's not the right way. It's not the way you should do it. It's how I cook. Chin chin, Jessica. Okay, just gonna toss these around a little more. These look pretty good. And this is a weeknight meal. Easy, fast, looks fancy. What are we going to do with all this? Well, we're going to pour it on the scallops. It's like a brown butter lemon sauce. Don't let the brown color fool you. It's delicious. So there we have it. Scallops seared with lemon butter sauce and asparagus with the same sauce. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Make sure to make yourself a Moscow Mule. Have yourself a great week. See you next week. Cheers, everybody.